hand, the line extends all around the 9-mile fence. 30,000 women chant, bring the message home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. Sing voices rising high, weave a dove into the wire. In our hearts a blazing fire, bring the message home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. No one asked us if we cared if crews should be stationed here. Now we've got them running scared, bring the message home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. Here we sit, here we stand, here we claim the common land. Nuclear arms shall not command, bring the message home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. Singing voices sing again, to the children, to the men, from the channel to the glens, bring the message home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. Not the nightmare, not the scream, just the loving human dream of peace, the ever-flowing stream, bring the message home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. Woman tiger, woman dove, help to save the world you love. Velvet fist in iron glove, bring the message home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. Carry Greenham home, yes, near home and far away. Carry Greenham home. I'm a woman on wheels, but I still got my brain. I'm gonna tell you how it feels to be your own railway train. Roll down to the corner, put on your brakes. I'm gonna tell you what it takes to be a woman on wheels. Roll on over the holes, the bumps and cracks, roll on. Remember that day we were running for the train and my tire went flat. Roll on. That man over there, the one under the hat, trying so hard not to stare. You get used to that, still it's better than looking away. You get that every day, a woman on wheels. Roll on, pity me and I'll pity you, roll on. Now let's talk about some of the things that you can't do. Roll on. When it comes to curbs, when it comes to stairs, I've got my special word, and I don't mean prayers. When it comes to the shops, to reach the merchandise is a major exercise for the woman on wheels. Roll on, I want a chair that can levitate, roll on. Race up ramps, run down stairs, wouldn't that be great? Roll on. I went down to Greenham, I was cutting the fence. Cops pulled me out of the way. Then they waded in, said you'll never get arrested, a little lady like you. I says, who are you talking to? I'm a woman on wheels. I said, hold on, I've got my rights to demonstrate, roll on. Next time I went down, I took a dozen bolt cutters and a dozen wheelchair mates, roll on. I want to be alone, but I'm always under care. I've got this urge to roam. Me and my chair, we're together for life, not together for love. And there's things I need more of. I'm a woman on wheels. Roll on, so many places I can't go, roll on. Lie in a field with the flowers, or walk on a beach with the sand between my toes, roll on. Well, I need you, but you need me, to tell you about a different view of the world you see, about the pain I feel, about the fight I've won, about how to do some little things you think can't be done. Roll on, with the deaf and blind, the lame and horse, roll on. There's money around, could help us all. It's a crippled system, holds us back, keeps the woman on wheels off the main line track. Oh, there was a woman, and she lived on her own, and she slaved on her own, and she skivvied on her own. She had 2 little girls and 2 little boys, and they lived all alone with her husband. For her husband, he was a hunk of a man, and a chunk of a man, and a skunk of a man. He was a hunk and a chunk and a drunk of a man. He was a boozing, bruising husband. For her husband come home drunk each night, and he thrashed her black, he thrashed her white. He thrashed her within an inch of her life, then he slept like a log, did her husband. One night she gathered her tears all around her shame, bathed her bruises, cried in pain. Oh, he won't ever do that again. I won't live with a drunken husband. But as he lay and snored in bed, oh, what a thought came into her head. She ran for the needle and ran for the thread, then straight into her sleeping husband. She started in with a girlish thrill, with a woman's heart and a seamstress skill. She bibbed and tucked with an iron will all around her sleeping husband. Yes, the top sheet and the bottom sheet too, the mattress and the blanket through. She stitched and stitched the whole night through. Then she waited for the dawn and her husband. Well, her husband woke with a pain in his head, and he found that he could not move in bed. Sweet Christ, I've lost the use of my legs. But this wife just smiled at her husband. For in her hand she held a frying pan, with a flutter in her heart she given him a lamb. He could not move and he cried, God damn, don't you swear, says the wife to her husband. Then she thrashed him black, she thrashed him blue, with the frying pan and the colander too, with a rolling pin, just a stroke or two. Such a battered and bleeding husband. If you ever come home drunk anymore, I'll stitch you in and beat you more. Then I'll pack my bag and be out of the door. I won't live with a drunken husband. Now isn't it true what small can do with a thought and a thread and a stitch or two? He's wiped his slate, his boozing's through. It's goodbye to a drunken husband. Mr. Wadley, I'm leaving, but I'm taking my story with me. Mr. Wadley, you'll never see me again. You brought in the time and motion men, took away my golf ball, my IBM. She ran with the sound of a runaway man, made me swear, but I loved her. Mr. Wadley, you used me. Gotta be efficient is what you said, and we're gonna be efficient till we're dead. You took away the copier, moved the phone, we sit in one place all day long. 9 girls in the office and each alone, with our golden reed. That's all we need, you said. You put your earphones on, start to roll, hold your arms out straight, your hands like that, key and touch, touch and key, and that's all, no more. Miles and miles of words and words, days and days of numbers, till you're all wound up and all worn down. Then you begin to wonder if someone knew all along, someone knew it'd turn out wrong. Mr. Wadley, we're leaving, 'cause there's not just me, there's Denny and Brett and Kate and Sue and Mary's kid. We're the walking wounded, R.S.I, the talking wounded, R.S.I, the paralyzed wounded, R.S.I, the outraged, weeping wounded, R.S.I, who won't do the decent thing and die. Can't spare your conscience. The world's not big enough for conscience and a profit motive. Mr. Wadley, I'm leaving, but I'm taking my story with me. Mr. Wadley, you'll never see me again. Chapter 2, 9 little robots went for you. Touch and key, key and touch. Never thought a body could hurt so much. Shoulders burn, elbows ache. Arms so sore I think they'll break. Key and touch, touch and key. Golden reed made a mess of me. Statements, briefs, reports and wills. Letters, memos, notes and bills. Hands all numb, weak and cold. I'm only 30, but I feel so old. I love typing, I love my work, but I sleep in pain and I wake up hurt. Mr. Wadley, on a Friday, I collect my dole 2 blocks away from you. I got a big felt pen, write me a sign, I'm gonna be a solo picket line with a card on a stick. I'll picket your place and tell your clients face to face, you're a bastard. And one of these days, we'll climb in through the transom, smash up all the golden reeds and hold you all to ransom. And while you stand there wetting your pants, I'll say, Mr. Wadley, your last chance to tell me while I count to 10. Where's my golf ball? My IBM? Mr. Wadley, I'm leaving, and I'm taking my story with me. But to cut my story short, you'll see me again in court. We were a new spring morning, you and me and the rising sun. We were a new day dawning, our loving had only begun. How soon the morning's over, how soon the sun shines overhead, then summer rain brings seedling trees, and children were blessing our bed. From noon to early together yet drifting apart. Hold fast the bonds that bind us, companion of my heart. Can it be the day is ending? Our harvest gathered, our fledglings have flown. Would you leave me in the autumn love to live out my winter alone? Oh, far off new day dawning, far off summer and rising sun, be with me in the morning, love, when the lonely nights are done. Come back to me in April, love, when the long cold winter is gone. There's something I've always wanted to say to you men. How would you like to hear this warning again and again? Look out, take care, beware, be careful whatever you do. Watch every step you take, or something could happen to you. Suppose that boys were made of sugar and spice, and girls were snails and puppy dogs' tails, and nothing that's nice. They'd turn into women whose needs would be terribly hard to control. So you'd have to dress and behave like prisoners out on parole. Then, watch out, there's dangerous women about. Boys, beware, there's violent females everywhere. You read about rippers and rape in the news, then you hear the clatter of high-heeled shoes. Females are easily roused to passion and lust. You're asking for trouble, waiting alone at night for a bus. She might be the one that's right, the one you can't live without. She might be one of those ones your daddy warned you about. It could be a friend who threatens your body and life. It could be a teacher, your lover, your mother, your sister, your wife. She's used to the fact that you don't fight back or run or shout. She's one of those ones your daddy never warned you about. Then, watch out, there's dangerous women about. Boys, beware, there's violent females everywhere. They crawl along curves in their Mercs and Jags. They goggle at porn and toy boy mags. They go to the football riot and then sing cigarettes, whiskey, and wild, wild men. Cover your legs, remember to button your shirt. For if you're attacked and abused and you take the woman to court, the copper shoppers are women, the judges are women who say you were dressed for sport. The doctors are women, the lawyers are women who say you were asking for it. Every day you open the paper and it's another man battered or raped and murdered and dumped in a ditch. Babies and boys and old men, when will it end? Degradation and fear and pain that women inflict on the men. Oh, what a crime, what a bloody disgrace, to have to fear half of the human race. But look around, the lovely women about outnumber the dangerous, menacing ones, there's never a doubt. Do they raise their voices and try to find a cause or a cure? No, they only say, I'm not one of the dangerous ones for sure. Men for girls, there is no joke in the song. Boys for women, oppression has gone on far too long. Could you bear, as women do here, to walk and live and love in fear of dangerous men? A wave of sickness floods the land. The dole queue swallows the useless man. Aimless days, endless nights, bruised and battered children, battered wives, rape the land and kill the seas. But her mountain, starving legion, rape the mind, distort the vision, turn up the music, and rape the women. The poor get poorer, the rich fly away. Kids learn that learning doesn't pay. Join the crowd, buy and sell the world. Turn up the music and murder little girls. The system teaches rape and murder. People turn against each other. Make a man feel less than human. He'll turn upon himself and women. My mother was exotic, she was like a gypsy queen. I'd pretend she wasn't mine when I was 15. Her voice was loud, she wore men's shoes, she braided up her hair. Men would stop and stare. Her clothes were few and never new, she was always out of style. She was always nagging me, she'd treat me like a child. Sometimes I wished I had a mother like the rest. Sometimes she was so lovely that it took away my breath. Most of the time my mum's okay, don't like it when she shouts and swears. She never listens to what I say, but tells me that she really cares. Calls me dear when Kevin's here, she's nasty when he's gone away. Thinks she's jealous 'cause I'm young and free and she's at work all day. Thinks I'm still her baby girl, she wants to run my life. Worries when I'm out at night, her temper's nearly bad as mine. Gran says Mum was just like me when she was in her teens. So why can't Mum leave me alone? She's always nagging me. Where are you going? When will you be back? You're surely not going out looking like that. Dressed in black from head to toe, talks for hours on the phone. Why won't you tell me where you go? Wish for once you'd stay at home. Looks at me so blank and cold, a look that cuts me to the heart. Where's the child, the friend I had, the daughter like morning star? I know you go and sit in pubs, although you tell me that you don't. I know you have a lacy bra that opens down the front. I know you hang out with a gang, you don't know all I know. You never tell me anything, you just dress up and go.
Why should I tell you I'll go where I want, I'll do what I want and say what I want? When I have a kid, I let her do her homework when she wants to do it. Tell her how it was for me and how my mother put me through it. I won't wait till her dad comes home to tell him all she said and done. And I hope that I won't have to work so hard and worry like my mom.
Shakes me off when I try to touch her, throws herself at all the boys, just can't think with her music blaring, she can't live without that noise. I'm in the kitchen making dinner, washing dishes in the dirt. Mom, have you seen my satin blouse and fixed the zipper on my skirt? I wish that I had looked so pretty, wish that I had had your style. Love it when you wear my clothes, I wish that we could talk a while. She rarely tells me where she goes, she never tells me what she does. With her friends she laughs and smiles, she's not like that with us.
I can take care of myself, you know, I'm not a baby, now leave me alone. My mom goes out to work all day, when she comes home I make her tea. I can cook and sew and clean, none of my mates do that but me. Mom goes okay about the boys, thinks I do more than I do. She never tells me what she does, but she's too old for that, I know. Wish that I was 18, wish that I lived on my own. When she gets that suffering look, I try to think of what I've done. Wants to hold me, wants to keep me, wants me in by 10:30. Every time I stand my ground, the same old chorus starts again.
Where are you going, when will you be back?
Where are you going, when will you be back? Where are you going, when will you be back? Sometimes I'm a stranger in my own skin.
I'm losing power, giving in.
She taught me to shop and to manage the house.
She taught me how to put makeup on and frowns when I wear my low-cut blouse.
My mom's there. When I need her, she's there.
Everyone needs something secret, something I don't have to share.
Don't make jokes in front of my mates, you look so silly when you do.
You won't come and I won't follow, don't know how to get through to you.
Most of the time my mom is right, but I'm not gonna tell her so.
You cope with the world much better than I did, you know things I'll never know.
Gran says you were just like me, and I see you're the same as her.
Goodbye baby, goodbye girl, welcome woman to the world.
Why do you make me feel so guilty, everything I say and do?
Those are the words of my old song, love, you're just singing a different tune.
La 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 la
She walks in the cold dark hour before the morning, the hour when wounded night begins to bleed. Stands at the back of the patient queue, the silent, almost sleeping few, seeing no one and not being seen. Working shoes are wrapped in working apron, rolled an oilcloth bag across her knees. The swaying tram assaults the morning, steely blue-gray day is dawning, draining the last few drapes of sleep away. over the bridge and the slimy, foul black water, down through empty corridors of stone. Each of the blind glass walls she passes shows her twin in sudden flashes. Which is the mirror image? Which is real? Crouching, hooded gods of word and number accept her bent-backed homage as their due. The buckets steam like incense coils. Across the endless floor she toils, cleaning the same wide sweep each day anew. Glistening sheen of new-washed floor is fading. There where office clocks are marking time, night's black tide has ebbed away, past cliffs of glass awash with day. She hurries from her labor, still unseen. He who lies beside her does not see her, nor does the child that once lay at her breast. The shroud of self-denial covers eager girl and tender lover. Only the faded servant now is left. How could it be that no one saw her drowning? How did we come to be so unaware? At what point did she cease to be her? When did we cease to see her? How is it no one knew that she was there? I'm just a busy housewife. I cook and wash and clean, and every day I go to shop down at Golders Green. Well, the shopkeepers, they tremble when I walk inside the door. If they see the label Cape Town, they know I'm bound to roar. No, I support the boycott, and here's the reason why. I can smell apartheid in a house and lemon pie, and it suits so butter fine if you drink his sherry wine. So I support the boycott all along the line. I went down to the grocery, I bought a tin of fish, and I looked at the label when I poured it in the dish. Too late, I saw it was South African. I give it to Caddy instead, but she turned pale and walked away, and this is what she said. Meow. I support the boycott, and here's the reason why. I can smell apartheid in an ounce of lemon pie, and it suits so butter fine if you drink his sherry wine. So I support the boycott all along the line. I went up on the mountain top to take the pleasant air. An avalanche came rolling down, left me lying there, and a great big dog came lolloping up with a brandy in a cask. I says, friend, if that's South African, just you lollop past. Yes, I support the boycott, and here's the reason why. I can smell apartheid in an ounce and lemon pie, and it suits so butter fine if you drink his sherry wine. So I support the boycott all along the line. Last week, the Prime Minister asked me out to dine. She said, now an aperitif, how about some sherry wine? I took a sip. What branch was I? South African, says she. I said, stuff it up your cabinet and tell them it's for me. No, I support the boycott, and here's the reason why. I can smell apartheid in an ounce and lemon pie, and it suits so butter fine sang to her. I opened my hand, she flew into the daylight, singing, now my little bird is gone. The hunters caught her, caged her, Muralita. They held her in their hands, and still she sang of dawn. They closed their hands, they closed their hands. My little bird is gone. I went to San Miguel. I stood and stood and stood outside the cage. The prisoners have seen her, the soldiers have seen her, but the jailers say she never flew, she never sang, never was she born, she never was. Where are you, little bird? 7 years have I followed the echoes and whispers, Muralita. Can you hear me, little bird? And still we come to the Varela. We stand, we wait, we ask, we plead. Have you seen my little bird? See, here's her photo, Muralita. His picture, Carlos Manuel. Her likeness, Violeta Rosario Maria. Give me back my little bird. My child, your clothes are ready, your books are still open. We seek you by day, by night we call your name. Everywhere we hold your picture high, that someone may see and tell us who took you. But the answer is the same, no one saw, no one heard. No one knew. I had a little sparrow, her hair was golden brown, my heart was in her hands. She sang of tomorrow, but will she see tomorrow? The generals tore off her wings, my little sparrow fell, and even God cannot find her. Chinita, little girl, Muralita, I will sing your song for you, I will sing. Do you hear me, little bird? Can you hear me, little bird? Women left the kitchen sink, left the beds unmade. Women left the school and shop and joined the barricade. Women came from everywhere like we never had before to join the miners in the strike of 1984. We're in the women's union, we're all together now. We're fully paid up members and we've taken the union vow. We know where we're going and we know the reason why. We're the women's union and we're aiming for the sky. Way back in the good old days when men went out to picket, women scraped for food and coal wherever they could get it. We greeted scouts with dust-in lids, then with lifelong silence, and we were there, always there, the women and the miners. We're in the women's union, we're all together now. We're fully paid up members and we've taken the union vow.
McGregor was at the door. We ran soup kitchens, spoke at rallies, rattled collecting tins, faced the cops on the picket line and always fought to win. We're in the women's union, we're all together now. We're fully paid up members and we've taken the union vow. We know where we're going and we know the reason why. We're the women's union and we're aiming for the sky. Men, learn to cook and wash. Children, learn to sew. Stand there at the kitchen door and watch the women go. We're going where the action is to carry on the fight. Though the miners' strike is over, long live the miners' strike. We're in the women's union, we're all together now. We're fully paid up members and we've taken the union vow. We know where we're going and we know the reason why. We're the women's union and we're aiming for the sky. When nurses strike for better pay, join the picket line. When printers hold the boss at bay, join the picket line. When workers fight to win their rights, join the picket line. And we'll be there, always there, on the picket line. We're in the women's union, we're all together now. We're fully paid up members and we've taken the union vow. We know where we're going and we know the reason why. We're the women's union and we're aiming for the sky. When a miner gets old, he leaves the coalface, abandons his work and the tools of his trade. The mine was his life, but the life got too tough. When a miner gets old, they pension him off. Now he looks to his garden, walks down to the pub, goes out with the wife, plays darts at the club. A strong young miner is filling his tubs. That's how the world goes on. That's how the world goes on and on. That's how the world goes on. A strong young miner is filling his tubs. That's how the world goes on. When a seaman gets old, he retires to land, leaving the skills that were at his command. He dreams of his ship and it's hard to be free. When a seaman